Yo, yo, yo. Hey guys,
Hi,
I'm James.
I'm Alti.
In tonight's episode of the Alti and James Show is going to be a conversation with Alti. Mainly because this is week 3 of book promotion. This week we're focusing on love. And I got a new book coming out. It's called Season of Surrender. It's on pre-sale now at James C, as in cat, Williams.com. You can go pre-order. What?
Nothing.
What? Should I add the www?
No, you
What?
should just say James C. Williams because Cat Williams is actually a brand.
That's corny, but sure.
I'm just
Yo, that's horrible.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Season
Marketing.
of Surrender by James C. Williams is I wanted to do something. I don't have it.
What do you need?
My phone. Can you go out to the garage and get it?
Yeah. Okay, keep going.
I will. Or I could just never mind. You're right. Keep going. So tonight's conversation is going to be interesting. Interesting from the sense of we're going to talk to Altamise about love from the context of a surrendered man. In the book, I have 4 chapters in the book. There's a purpose, there's masculinity, there's life, and love. Love is the very rounding out of the book because I think when you get to a place of being surrendered, love exudes from you. And the catalyst for me writing this book was, simply a conversation that Altamise and I had. I remember in January. We had a conversation in January, and she said something that rocked me. That rocked me to my core. Literally rocked me to my core. Like I didn't have no recourse. Couldn't answer it. Had to sit with it. Had to sit with this statement that she made. But we'll get into that as we navigate this video. I'm just gonna put this. I wanna see something. I can't see, so I'm just gonna record. It's gonna record us. I guess this is what you call a third eye or something. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. I'm just using terminology. I don't even know what I'm saying. So tonight we're gonna have a conversation. So I'm gonna do a lot of listening again, even though we've had this conversation. But I think this is gonna be. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Are you into this?
Mm-hmm.
I know you asked me earlier, how transparent should we be? I'll leave that up to you. You can share what you need to share. I'm not afraid of anything. And I think what we're going to talk about today is going to help a lot of men because kind of the course, of the book. Can you put her in a cage then?
No, I'm okay.
She's going to be a distraction. Or lock her in the room. All right. No, because by the time they edit this, it's not going to be viewable because you staring off in the distance.
Sorry. I'm not staring off in the distance.
Okay, put her up. Put her in the room. Go put her in the room.
The dog.
Go put her in the room.
No, she good. She's
going to be a distraction. All right. So I talk about love in this book from a place of, well, let me lead with this, right? Mama, you in the video. You walking in the background. Baby.
Hold on.
My mom is just all in it.
Hey, Mom.
Jeez, this is pure comedy. She just all in the video. She like the Loch Ness Monster, like Bigfoot, Granny in the background. All right, so, trust me.
We'll get there. Let's go.
I'm going to sit with the answers. I'm going to sit with what she says again, because I think it's important. And so we talk about surrender in the sense of, love in the season of surrender from the sense of safety, which is essentially the nature of the conversation that we had. It was it wasn't even a question of staying or leaving or anything. It was in the form of like safety. And at the time, I could be honest, like I wasn't trying. I didn't understand it. Like I understand it, wasn't trying to hit. Like that. To me, that word meant something different than what she was trying to explain to me. So it came off that way, and it caused some tension. There was some tension between us. So, but we'll just jump right into it. When did you realize that I still had room to grow?
So, that's an interesting question.
Mm-hmm.
I think you will always have room to grow in loving me.
Yeah.
I don't think there is a moment in time where it's like, oh, it's fully saturated. Only because although I am a creature of habit, I evolve every day.
Mm-hmm.
I learn different things. My perspective can change on different things. And so staying connected to me in that process of becoming, that requires you to be open to the areas of being able to have room to grow in loving me, like, and being able to just hear me and learn who I am in that season, in that moment. So I don't think I think that's always going to be there. And I think it's the same on both sides.
So when did you first know that I loved you? Because I want to get that out of the way before we move further. You start there. Do you feel like I love you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
when did you first know?
I also want to clarify.
No, they don't know. I haven't said the statement yet. Yeah. Okay.
So I knew you were very intentional with me from the very beginning. So that was something that I appreciated, because I am one who moves on intentionality as well. So when you were stating your intention and your movement aligned with that intention, it caused me to pause. Okay. And I'm saying pause in terms of like being like, let me see.
Okay.
And I think I noticed the depth of you loving me when there was something that came up and you had a difficult conversation with someone.
Yeah.
Because you wanted to make your intentions known, not just to me, but to everybody. Mm-hmm. And when you did that, I was like, oh, okay. Like, he's serious. Like he's serious, and not just serious about me, but that the way you did it was it was a loving thing. You wouldn't have done it without loving me. You wouldn't have had to do it if you didn't.
Yeah.
So I think I knew then that you love me.
Okay. So I do this often to people. So I get a chance to talk about kind of our love journey, our love story. Take us to lead us from meeting me, and I want to hear your version of it. From meeting me to getting engaged to me. Don't be as detailed as you can be, but for the sake of time or whatever. To kidney transplant to October of 2025. Hit high points the best you can.
Okay, so I think the first part of us in our journey, it was intentionality. Mm-hmm. There's no other word for it. The second part was reality, because probably 6 months into dating you is when you had kidney failure. Mm-hmm. Then the following 6 months was commitment.
Yeah.
And choice. And that led us into, because what was that, 6 months or a year?
Baby, we trying to get views. Throw in some detail. Like you way over like drone. No. Like we trying to get people to get views. Like that's why I tell the story like.
Yeah, what do you?
I asked you to, but like you so over the top.
Well, you told me to be mindful of time.
No. So when I say be mindful of time, meaning you don't have to burrow so deep, but at least put your foot in the water a little bit.
The intentionality that I'm talking about, he made it clear.
No,
like,
but not no. Let's go to the begin. Like
that is
there's
the beginning.
the beginning was you on Hinge, like
with
where you were.
intentionality.
I wasn't intentional immediately on Hinge.
So yeah,
we
you
had
were.
to talk. No, we had to talk and communicate.
I met you in June. My birthday is July.
You didn't
22nd.
meet me in June.
I did.
No, meet me. What do you mean? See, you gotta give people the details.
Meeting, not as in meeting face to face.
We interacted with each other.
But I met James Williams on Hinge. So this is what gets us all the time, the difference in terminologies in terms of the comprehension of what that term means, right? Because if I say I met him, that doesn't mean I met him in person. That means I actually met you. Like I met you on the app in June.
Okay.
And then
I'll guide you a little bit. That girl, such a publicist. She just flew over the top. All right. We met on Hinge.
Yes. And then
where were you? What was happening at the end of June?
Are you talking about my birthday trip?
Just what was happening? What was going on? What were you preparing to do?
In June.
Where were you in life?
2023. I was thriving. I was thriving in every essence of the word.
Okay, that's good. I like that.
Had a great business. Me and Izzy was fine.
Yeah.
We were planning a trip for my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was good. I was at peace.
What led you to Hinge?
I was open and I was ready to meet. Like I knew that my person was coming.
Okay.
I just didn't know how, didn't know where. So I just made myself available.
That's how. Okay, that's interesting. That's good.
I just made myself available.
That's a good way.
So I wasn't, but I also wasn't pursuing it either.
Was it multiple channels or just like Hinge? Were you like open like on Facebook dating or like Bumble? You was
I didn't do Bumble, but yeah.
But you had the channels open. Like you open to if a friend say, hey, Johnny wants to meet
Absolutely.
you. I got you. So you was okay. So in the meantime, your birthday is the 22nd of July, and at that time, every year you was like taking a birthday trip with your girls. Like you was doing something fun. You and yourself or your girls were going. Okay. Yeah. And then I'm talking to you, so it's like your birthday, right?
Yeah.
We're communicating. So like from the end of June to like her birthday, we're communicating.
Yeah.
We were like talking consistently.
Yeah, we were talking pretty consistently. And in depth. So it wasn't like just, hey, how you doing?
Oh man, yeah. I still got those texts.
It was like in depth.
Like blocks of conversation.
And then on my birthday, when we were in Costa Rica, you sent me like a gift, but I could choose the gift.
Yeah.
And I remember being with my friend Tisha, and we were getting ready, and I said, oh, that was thoughtful. And she was like, oh, that is really nice. And she was like, and you get to pick it? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, is this Coach? Because if you're a woman, you know every person has a nickname.
I'm not a woman.
She was like, is this Coach? I was like, yeah, this is Coach. She said, I like Coach. She was like, I like Coach. And I was like, okay, we'll see.
All right. So we were talking, and we met a day before my birthday.
Yeah.
My 41st birthday.
Yeah.
Was it 40, 41? 3 years ago.
23?
Yeah, 41. Yeah. 41. Before August 13th, we met. And then I had my birthday. Then you left again the country. You went to go to Africa because you had some trips planned. You went to Africa in September of 2023.
But you asked me to be exclusive before then.
Did I?
Yes, it was right. It was during the Beyonce concert.
Well, I don't know.
And I know that because I was with my cousin. We were driving home.
Okay.
And then that's when he called.
So Beyonce was in between my birthday and September. You going to Africa. Okay. So then that happened.
Because the Black Parade small business tour was in August.
Okay.
It was around the time of her Atlanta tour.
Okay. So then that happened. You went to Africa. You came back. We were together.
Yes.
Basically, we came back from Africa.
But in August. Because you asked.
But I asked, was you committed though? No, I said I'm gonna get off the apps. Like I'm gonna stop. Yeah. Okay, so boom. Okay, boom. So it was fairly short. All right, so I started to get like super sick in October. Yeah, that's why I couldn't like stay for long periods of time. And then I had the eye situation again. No, the eye situation happened before. I had another eye situation. So then now this is when like I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my kidneys. And then boom, in February, well, first of all, you find out I'm a coach and all that comes with that. You was like coming to games and stuff like that. Like you was like being weird. Like, do I walk in? Do I go into his office? Like after the game, I think one time you just like left. Like the game was over and you was in the car. And I was like, no, you supposed to come back.
Yeah, because see, look, I don't look.
That girl ain't know how to be no coach's wife.
Okay, so to give backstory on why I move like that, I have never been, but that also goes back to me being a publicist, right? So as a publicist, we are legitimately trained not to act certain ways in certain situations or scenarios, especially with celebs, A-listers, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? So as a publicist, and that's kind of like the root of me, the core of me, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't operate from a place of quote unquote privilege.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I know someone. Like there are relationships that I have that unless I say, oh yeah, I met that person, or oh yeah, I know that person, you never know.
I agree.
So
with that.
That's coming into it. Yeah, you were the coach, but I didn't. In my head, it wasn't like, oh, he's the head coach. Not even close. I was like, oh, okay. Well, it was nice to see you.
That girl was out. She was in the car.
I'm about to leave.
I'm trying to get my post game. You got to do post game stuff. You got to do the TV and radio interview with the local guy, and then you go to your team locker room and you talk to your guys and dismiss them. I go into my office to wind down, and she gone. I'm like, but we had some learning. But I got sick. So you got a call in February, early in the morning.
Yeah.
That I had passed out in practice. And my blood, I was not losing blood, but like your kidneys, basically, what is the word? Purify your blood. And my kidneys were, as of February 2024, my kidneys were done. Matter of fact, yeah, that's when I started to go on dialysis. So at that point, messed up the lighting. Messed it up, yeah.
Okay, let me turn it off.
We were good.
Okay, we good.
Because I can brighten that.
Oh, okay, we good. Sorry.
Jeez.
Not bad.
Production.
It's dark on the side.
At CNN, you don't walk into CNN. Then you don't go to the producer and be like,
it's dark on the side. Okay, that's better. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, that's all you had to do. Anywho, that is possible. All right, so we go. I go to the hospital.
Yep.
You had met my mom before.
Oh yeah, I already met her.
So my mom was there. Mom was there. And this was like the second time this happened when mom had to come see me in the hospital. But this time, it was like, you got to go on dialysis. So my kidneys were done. They were just not filtering blood, not working. They were at zero. You exhibited so much patience and love during that time for me. So then we go from that. Then I'm doing dialysis. Now we're living in two separate cities. I'm in Denmark. She's in Bluffton, and that's happening. What was going through your mind as far as what was going on with us? Because I think like 2 months later, I proposed to you, didn't you?
No.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was. It was in April.
In April, yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
So I proposed to you 2 months later.
Yeah.
What was going on with love then for you, like just us perspective from your POV?
I'd never experienced that depth of a health scare, like with anyone.
Yeah.
Not in this setting. So that made me very nervous and scared, I'd say.
So what did you witness in me, though? I guess, what did you witness in me? Not though, but what did you witness in me as I was navigating this crisis and still trying to work and still trying to love and do all that stuff? I think
that goes to your anchored framework of choices. Okay. So what displayed in him is what is always displayed in him. He was committed to it. He didn't show if he was in pain. It was the same thing that he's always, when he shows up, that's what shows up. It was no different. He may have had a moment of like, man, I put myself in this situation, but then he owned it and then he kept it moving. I didn't see anything else outside of that.
Okay. So I did. Yeah, and that's good. That's good that you said that.
So I didn't see anything else outside of that.
I think that's so important. So we going through dialysis, and then I wasn't quite. I had to have surgery on my eye.
Yeah.
Right, because I had to get cataract surgery. I have a cataract. Most people, if you ever see my eye red, it's because I got a cataract. I can't fully see in this eye like 100%. But like, I couldn't get the surgery. I couldn't get the doctors to clear it because I had the heart situation. So I couldn't get it. So I had, instead of having, I had the port coming out of my chest when everybody else on dialysis had it coming out their arm, and they kept pushing it back. But that was a blessing in disguise for me because I didn't really want that thing in my arm. I wanted to keep it in my chest, but they told me when they first put it in, you're not gonna have this for long. But going through dialysis, dialysis was going through here, and then we were in the hospital. We were starting to go to Charleston because I switched hospitals at MUSC.
Right.
And that's when you was like, I'm gonna give. Well, I was looking for a donor. I thought I had one. My coworker, shout out to Norman O'Neill, who was gonna donate. My coworker was gonna donate to me. We were sitting in the office, and you're my fiance at this time, like fiance, like, so not married or whatever, but you were there for all the appointments, and they were like living donor. And then I was like, I got somebody. And then I was like, I was adamant about you not being the person, only because you had Izzy, you had a life like all that. I didn't know, not understanding, not the risk. I was reluctant for somebody to take that big of a sacrifice for me. Right.
Why? Because here's the thing. Someone was going to.
Yeah.
So why?
His reasoning was he didn't get a chance to do it for his cousin, and he wanted to, I had presented with him an opportunity to redeem himself. I think for you, more so than anything else, I thought about Izzy. Like, if something were to happen to you, Ayana would not have her mother. I was thinking about worst case scenario. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went all the way to the end. And of course, the probability was I was more in danger than you were, from a probability and statistics standpoint. But I think for me, honestly, it was the simple fact I just thought about Izzy. Like, I wouldn't want to just, because it was like a whirlwind. Everything was moving fast. I'm in your life. You're telling your family and friends about this dude who's a coach and all this other stuff. And then boom, oh, you're going to give him your kidney. Like, I just imagine that conversation coming from your end. And then it's like, oh, if something were to happen to you and I had lived and you didn't, honestly, what I was thinking about was, I would much rather be more comfortable, even though it don't matter because I'm dead, with me gone and you still here for Ayana. If something happened to you, and you know what I'm saying? And so that's what I was thinking about. That was the only reluctance. It wasn't anything else outside of that. What was your POV?
So when they were talking about the living donor, it was legitimately like, oh, if I'm a match, I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
It was as clear as that.
Mm-hmm.
And when I mentioned it to like my friends and my family, there was the close friends, they totally understood.
Right.
Because they know me.
Right.
So no one was like, oh my God, nobody. I can't think of one person that was like, what? Nobody.
But we had just met 6 months prior. Right,
but they know me.
I got you.
So they didn't.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Makes sense.
And if anything, it would be something like, oh my gosh, well, y'all gotta be together forever. And I'm like, yeah.
Well, he was locked in. I was locked in.
Yeah, but that doesn't that wouldn't be something dang.
You did put that.
I was like, I wanted to do it because I knew you had a calling on your life.
Mm-hmm.
And Ducey needs you.
Okay, so let's fast forward.
So
you fill out the paperwork unbeknownst to me. Like you did
I was in the office.
I didn't know you filled it out.
When I sat there and said I'll do it, I did the paperwork right then and there.
I didn't know because I was I was in on the medical table.
So I literally just did everything. Like they had the form.
I didn't know.
Like, so I was literally sitting there when I said, oh.
That's why it was secret. You did it behind my back. Because I literally was facing this way.
There was no secret.
I was facing this way. You had to choose in the chair back there. You did it behind my back, literally.
Okay.
You overrode my commandment. But anywho.
So weird.
So yeah.
It's so weird.
So then it comes to find out she's a match. Bing, bing. It's like, oh my gosh. Wow.
That was a journey.
That was a journey, but then it came to
That was
find
a
out.
journey because you didn't want me to do it.
Yeah, no, but the journey for that was I just had to get over it. Like there's some things I just like.
I
There was no more
honestly and
fight.
genuinely think
Yeah.
that when they put us in the exchange, that gave peace to you. Because it wasn't me directly.
That's a good point.
Because again, you had O'Neal, that was okay. If it was me, it wasn't okay.
Not that it wasn't okay. It was just that they.
And I understand your focus on Izzy, right? I think I'm a little less. It wasn't.
You wasn't tied to that kidney.
No, it wasn't alarming to me because in my entire family, we don't have kidney issues on my mother's side or my dad's side.
All right.
So I didn't, and then thinking about her father, and I didn't think that was going to be.
I got something. You. Okay, so moving forward, and again, along this way, we had some terse moments in our relationship that we were navigating. I think about July when I had to. No, that was after the surgery. Never mind. So then we get to August. We go to the marriage retreat. No, we don't, because I don't have a transplant yet. We get through August. We get through September, and on September, they say, we found a kidney for you.
Yeah. So, okay, so September, I was a match.
Yes, but
I was a match.
You were a better match.
They said that his antibodies were aggressively attacking mine, and they were very hesitant.
Yes.
Because they were unsure of the risk.
So you found a better match. They found a better match.
So they were like, we would feel more comfortable if we were to find another match where it wasn't as aggressively attacking.
Yeah. Attack her.
So they were like, ultimately, do you mind going in the exchange program? And I was, absolutely. So we did the exchange program.
My antibodies still attack you too, don't they?
They do.
Anywho, so we did the exchange. So I got bumped up. So, but I had to continue to wait. So like, I had to wait till December because the young lady who gave the kidney, she was a student, and so she wanted to give. She said, "I'll give, but I want to wait till holiday break so I don't miss no class and stuff like that."
And we didn't know that.
No, we didn't at the time.
We did not know that.
They just said I had to wait. Yeah, they just said I had to wait.
So we didn't know who the person was.
So
we just knew
from
they
September,
had a specific date.
From September to December, I knew I was going to get a kidney. I just had to wait. So I had to continue to go to dialysis, continue to coach. And during all this, I'm still coaching. I'm still, going to dialysis 4:30 in the morning to 7:30 in the morning, and then going into practice. And as she said, I wasn't complaining. I was, committed to the task of doing what I had to do to get the kidney. So then we get the kidney. We have the transplant. This is when I knew that this was for me. So I'm being told this story as it happened. So So we go in together. We go in. I see her. I see my baby. We go in same time in the morning. We do all the things. We in the gown. Who went back first, me or you?
You.
I went back first. That was the last time I seen her, December 18th. A few hours later, no, I did see you. No, I didn't see you till December 19th.
No, you saw me.
I saw you that night.
We waved.
No, I'm talking about after the surgery.
After surgeries, we waved.
We did?
Yeah.
So I have a brief memory. No, next time I seen you, you were out. They wheeled me back to the room. I came to, and you were in the other room, and you were out. You were knocked out.
There was one point where we were across from each other, and you waved, and I waved back.
When we both came out of surgery, I thought you were out, asleep. Anywho, I had a little complication, so I had to go to the NICU. And apparently, my baby a fighter, boy, I got the message later that she was like vehemently like asking people where I was. They had took me upstairs. She was downstairs. They took her to 6 East. I think I was upstairs in 9. So I didn't have a phone. I didn't have nothing. And I was trying, and they had mentioned something to me, and I was like, where's my family? I was upstairs by myself. It was just me. And everybody was downstairs. And then I got word that Alti was like I was trying to get to her because I wanted her to know I was okay. This is where I didn't think that I would. But the crazy thing is, love works so funny sometimes. Because I vividly I just wanted to hear her voice and to know that she was okay. They gave me an update, but they didn't update her on me. And I think that's where the problem lied for you, right? And so I was trying to figure out, because the nurse, they was like, they kept pushing, they kept telling me, we'll get you in touch with her. And that was tense. That was a tense moment of love, because the person who literally saved my life, I just wanted them to know that I made it out on the other side and I was okay. And because I know they probably told her that I had some issues, I had some complications after the surgery from the anesthesia and stuff. Like, I was not breathing after the surgery appropriately.
They didn't tell me anything.
Yeah. And so, like, to know that, to like, it's such a helpless feeling to not be able to contact somebody that's trying to get in contact with you and find out if you're okay. Let me collect myself a little bit.
It's okay, babe. So after surgery, so I was out. Yeah. So I was out till maybe about 10 o'clock. And when I woke up, I just asked my nurse, I said, where's James? And she didn't know. Yeah. So I called our family and they were kind of like, oh, it's late, we'll figure it out in the morning. No, that's not feasible. Yeah. Where is he? And no one seemed to be no one seemed to care as much as I did, except my nurse. Yeah. My nurse was fantastic. She took the time to go off of her floor to find out where James was, because none of us knew. None of us knew where he was or what was happening. We didn't know. So she took the time to make calls, and I actually was on her cell phone. I guess she found his nurse, and they had called each other, and then we were able to talk on the phone through their cell phones. Yeah. So it wasn't even on the hospital phones. And that was relief for me. 'Cause again, I just wanted to make sure he was okay. So, but yeah, that was a whole thing.
So we go home for a month. I go home, she go home. Everything was good. And then in February, she's my call. She's my emergency contact. I call and I'm in pain. Like, I've never felt this type of pain before. And I think when you out, you were gone somewhere. Yeah, I went somewhere for like a day. It was a day trip.
It was a day trip, but I came and met you.
And I didn't know what to do because I thought my appendix burst. Yeah. I thought it was my appendix. Like, because again, a month after the transplant, I went back to coaching and I was good. We was getting ready to go to the conference tournament. So I felt healthy. I felt good. And then she rushed me we went to Charleston. We went to Charleston. No, I went to the Bamberg. I went to the Denmark Bamberg clinic. And then they ambulanced me to Charleston. Get to Charleston. Lo and behold, I have a hole in my uterus, which is basically the line. So my old kidneys are still in my body. They're still back there. They just took the line and they moved it down to where my kidney is. It sits right underneath my midsection. And they said there's a hole and it was leaking into my bladder. So the pain that I felt was bile going back into my bladder, which was unbearable. It was unbearable. So they basically was like, we're going to put a tube coming out of your bladder so you can use the bathroom, because you cannot use the bathroom on your own. And mind you, I'm still using the bathroom on my own. Like, I am urinating, you know what I'm saying, from the place where it's supposed to. And then it was like, yo, no, we're going to put this tube, but you got to walk around with this bag and you got to release this bag every so often. I got this young lady's 20-something-year-old kidney in my body, and it's working. That thing was working. It's working now to this day. I'm on clockwork every 2 hours having to, use the bathroom. And yeah, so that was another setback. It was a setback. And so during all this, again, what's my demeanor? What are you seeing in me as I'm navigating all this?
The same thing.
Did I communicate anything otherwise? I'm going somewhere when I asked her that. So
story didn't change.
So yeah. So February turns into us getting married in May. So we got married in May of 2025. Again, we met in June of 23. Married on May 5th, 2020. Oh, is it 2025? 2025. 5525. And let's just say Rocky. Right, it's been cool. It's been cool. I've grown so much uh, from being in a relationship. So we pick up from May 5, 25, because I end up back in the hospital in July. Got to have this surgery. So they're going to go in, and the surgery is they're going to take the ureter and move it and connect it directly to the kidney. So what happened is this young lady's kidney, I'm 6'4", 250 pounds now. She is all of,
She like 5'2".
she like 5'2", maybe 120 pounds, maybe. So her kidney is made for her body. Her kidney is not made for 6'4", you know what I'm saying?
It's bigger than his kidneys.
So, what happened was the connection from her kidney to my pipes didn't fit. It was either too big or it didn't fit. So they tried to connect it again. And they said it's still a hole in there. So like, it was just weird. I had no more pain that I experienced in February, but they were still showing where it was leaking. So I was basically with this tube since February. So now that's 9 months. So then Altamisa and I go to this marriage retreat, which we're headed to in 2 days. We're going to the marriage retreat again. I'm excited about it. We had a time there. Like we shared some things, got poured into by some married couples. Shout out to Nation of Coaches. They do a real good job with trying to speak to the whole coach, not just the basketball side of coach, not the character side of coach, but also the spouse and the connection that this Team Williams has. And so even on that trip, they was like, hey, you got to come back to the hospital. Like, I'm in Atlanta. It's on my birthday. We at Fat Max. We at Fat Max getting barbecue. I'm supposed to go see my son because we're passing through Atlanta to go home. And they was like, we need you to immediately come to Charleston, 5 hours away. And we need to admit you into the hospital based upon my labs that I had took before we had went to the retreat. So they was like, your numbers are way too high. You're experiencing whatever I was experiencing. I didn't feel nothing. I felt great. You know what I'm saying? Again, outside of just having this tube. And I think at this point in time, I had the tube capped. Like it wasn't even connected. It was just capped. So I was still using the bathroom regular. And then we get to, that's in August. They do the surgery. After the surgery, they do the checkup and stuff. And then now I got a infection in my urinary system. I got an infection in my reproductive system. What is it? Wasn't a UTI. It was bacteria infection. It was a serious bacteria.
No, it was UTI.
Oh, but it was one of the bacteria where a pill when they took it away.
So
they had to.
They were saying that because you have had a transplant, a new kidney.
Yeah.
Something as simple as a UTI for somebody else, it's not the same for him.
That's any
so
sickness.
He said that the doctors were saying that although it's a UTI that could be cleared up in a couple of days, it's different for him because he can't take the same medication. He can't do certain things. So it sat probably for a little bit before they recognized it, and then it takes days for them to even see it in the system.
So they had to hook me back up to this line, and I had to have this ball of antibiotics that flowed into my system 24. I had to do 8 on, 8 off. I had to do 8 on, rest for an hour, 8 on, 8 off. 8 on, 8 off, 8 on. So like I had to go 24 hours 3 times a day with this balm, to this antibiotic. I had to do that from August, September, October.
Yeah.
Up until November, actually.
Yeah.
November 11th was the last day. So I had to do 4 months of that again.
Yeah.
I'm coaching.
Yeah.
Traveling back and forth to Atlanta to get Deuce.
All the things.
I'm loving you, trying to show up for Izzy.
All the things.
Did I say anything? Did I have a moment of breakdown or anything during that time?
Yeah, you did.
When?
So he would have moments of breakdown, and then they literally be moments. I've always said something about him that I find admirable, because most people cannot do this. I can't. But he'll have a moment, and literally when the moment is done, it is legitimately done. It's gone. So if he has a feeling, he'll express that feeling in that moment. When that feeling is gone, you don't hear about that feeling ever again. It's gone. Yeah, it's gone. So if you then check in and be like, hey, how are you feeling? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm done. What do you mean? I'm fine. So you had a lot of moments throughout, but what was consistent was your framework of choices. You stayed committed. You were sacrificial in that season. You didn't complain.
Yeah.
So I lean to those things, even though you did have these pockets of moments.
Yeah.
Because that I knew that those little pockets of moments, that they were,
All right, so let's get current.
Okay.
So October of 2025, I call you on October 8th. I call you October 8th. It's 11. And I tell you what?
On October 8th of 2025. That's last year.
Yes. You're not good for TV. You're not good for TV.
October 8th.
My wife, y'all. And she went.
Listen. On October 8th.
I'm going to let you sit with it. Baby, I got to clip this out. I can't put this on this. What happened in October to me? You bad for TV. You bad for TV. Like we're not ever going to get past 20 people.
Listen, I don't know so here's the thing.
Baby, this is about season of surrender and our love story. So
here's the thing.
Let's put everything in the context. Just two things is this whole video is about.
He's very clear on the date, and he probably knows the time. He remembers seeing how people looked at him, right?
Alti James. It's October. It's we telling the story. We journeying.
Okay.
You're not on the journey with me. You somewhere else. It's two things. Our life
at the end of
and season of surrender.
At the end of October.
Not the end. We say October 8th. What happened on the day of October? It was a Tuesday. What happened on October 8th?
He got called into.
No. What was the call that you got from me? Don't give the details. You don't have them. I have them.
You're right.
What happened on that day? What did I tell you on that phone call?
You called me to say that you were let go.
Okay. Gosh, boy, it's like pulling.
It shouldn't be like pulling teeth.
It's like extracting a molar.
I apologize for it.
I tried to lead. I tried to set her up.
Set me up.
We're not good for TV, baby. We're not.
So,
all right. Yeah. But I didn't ask anything else. That was it. So I got okay. What was you're the first person that I talked to. What was on that day, October 8th, the day that I got let go?
Back, baby.
Okay, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help.
He act like now that we done talked about it, all of a sudden my brain ain't gonna remember.
I'm asking.
It's he said October 8th.
What was the response from you? What did you hear from me? What did you hear from me?
I mean, I heard it was this is what's happening.
Okay.
And my response was like, okay, let's figure out how we are going to navigate the transition. Because at that point, we knew the writing was on the wall for what was about to happen. So we just prepared. We prepared. And from my perspective, it was more so of just being there as support, and being there for him in whatever capacity is needed. I think that is, this is a slight deviation a little bit, but I think that is very important. I think it's very important because sometimes we think we're helping people and we're really not. So I wanted to make sure it was in whatever capacity that he needed in that season.
Way to pull it back in. I appreciate that.
It wasn't going too far.
No, well, I mean, you can go. You say that as if you don't travel down the distance. This is the same person who will drive 2 miles and then turn around. But anyway, okay. So I immediately moved. We immediately transitioned.
Yeah.
To being in one household here in Bluffton, and then I'm like, did I look lost or seem lost?
No.
I didn't. Did I ever tell you I felt lost?
You did, but it's so this is very interesting.
Okay.
Because again, your moments of expression, they from a place of emotion, they're short-lived. So you feel it, you express it, and then you go,
Right.
and then you move on. So you did, but once the moment was done, there are moments where I would want to follow up, but there was nothing to follow up on.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't. So in that aspect, I think I follow your lead a bit. I learned to, because I would check in, be like, "How you doing? How you feeling?" And you'd be like, "I'm just doing what needs to be done in the season." So I just was there for the support.
So how does that make you feel?
I don't think that it makes me feel any kind of way.
Yeah. What position does it put you in?
It puts me in the position of kind of just being on standby for whenever you do have a
So then
feeling.
how does that?
So it makes it,
yeah.
There's a level of difficulty when you know that somebody, and not even, you don't know, right? Because everybody is different, but one would imply or think that, oh man, this is a difficult transition. I want to make sure I'm there for them. But if it's positioned as if they're fine, it's hard. It's very difficult to show up because there's no space to show up to. You just kind of, okay, the person is good. And it's kind of like your strong friends, right?
Yeah.
Those strong friends don't get checked on as often because they are seen as strong.
Gotcha.
So there wasn't much space because those moments, those little pockets, they were sporadic.
I appreciate you sharing that. So let us fast forward to January. So we were having some very intense conversations that bordered on like just not healthy. Like they were just not healthy. Our communication. So we had a conversation with a gentleman who married us. Shout out to Pastor Larry Page.
Awesome.
What church is he? Where is he? Associate
Zion
pastor?
Church.
Zion Church. Where?
Zion Church in Maryland.
Where?
In Maryland.
Okay, excuse me. Where are you from?
I'm from DC.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Coach Page. Shout out to, well, he is kind of in a way. Shout out to Larry Page. So we had a session with him, and I think after that session, and then also from the marriage retreat, Altamise and I signed up for Sean and Lynette Reed's. They do a couple goals, so they do, and then we also did Nation of Coaches marriage. The couples connection, to where we would get on the Zoom with other about 50, 60 married couples. We would be on Sean and Lynette Reed's Zooms where there's about 10 to 15 couples. So we've invested in our marriage from the standpoint of just getting outside view of things. But I think this one particular, and I'm getting somewhere with this, what led me to the conversation that led me to this book, the conversation that leads me here, the part of the book that talks about love, Altamise was the catalyst. We were having a conversation after our session with Sean Lynette, and then also 2 weeks after, we had the session with Pastor Page, or like 10 days. Altamise and I were having a conversation, and she said something to me that it led me to write this. It was the catalyst to me starting this, because what it did was it opened up Pandora's box for everything that we just talked about. What we described from June of 2023 to January of 2026 happened. And the very thing that she said is, I never talked about any of this stuff. I never talked about it. Like, I had pockets, but I never talked about it until you said this.
I said that I had a revelation that in the majority of all of my relationships, I don't think I was actually cherished.
Wow.
In all.
Pause right there.
Of my relationships.
Say that again.
I didn't think I was actually cherished.
Yeah, and that threw me for a loop. It threw me for two loops. The first loop was my wife, who I love, who has been rocking with me through all this stuff, still doesn't feel cherished. But then on top of that, What is my accountability? How am I culpable in her? Like, because again, as a man, I'm thinking that I'm loving you. I'm thinking that the love that I'm pouring out, my thoughtfulness, all the things that you say that I am, and that's still not enough. And that is sobering. It is sobering and it's gut wrenching. But
I do want to say something to that.
Yeah.
I think they're separate.
That's what okay. So you get a chance to operate in that in just a second. I'm gonna let you explain your statement, because when I write about it in the book, I'm glad you said that, because some people could read it and be like, oh, she don't feel cherished. There's a difference between being loved and being cherished.
Absolutely.
You would agree? Okay, so let me ask you this question. I'm gonna ask these two. You go, explain. I think we'll start there.
So in the process, right? Yeah. So so y'all, I talk to chat quite a bit. But it's a sounding board. I make sure that from an unbiased place, I'm checked, whether it's with a person or not, right? So it gave me some insight on attentiveness and being cherished. So it says your understanding of cherishing is substantially consistent with Scripture. You are describing tender care, attentiveness, honor, faithfulness, and emotional safety, all central to biblical love. Your history of betrayal may intensify your need for these things, but it does not invent that need, nor does it make the betrayals imaginary. The clearest biblical foundation is Ephesians 5:28 through 29. He who loves his wife loves himself. For no one ever hated his own flesh, but nourishes and cherishes it, just as Christ does the church. So to cherish here conveys warmth, tender care, and nurturing. So your phrase, handle with care, captures that well. So I just wanted to, because I think a lot of times, especially in the culture that we have on social media and just this whole gender roles conversation that is quite exhaustive, things get lost in terminology. So I wanted to make sure that what I was saying was what I was meaning. And loving someone and cherishing someone is totally different. You see it all the time in family. Your family love you. Your family could love you down and not cherish you. They will cuss you out the moment they can. That doesn't mean that they don't love you. That definitely doesn't mean that they don't love you. But to cherish someone, there's a pause of in a place of consideration to be like, okay, I don't want to hurt this person. So, because I don't want to hurt this person, how would this impact them? How would this make me feel? To me, that's the place of cherish.
Okay.
So I never questioned your love.
I got you. Never questioned my love.
Never.
You didn't feel cherished.
Mm.
Yeah. That can be very sobering for a husband. Would you agree?
Mm-hmm.
And as a wife, what would you say to husbands? Sorry, speak to wives first and then speak to husbands. What would you say to wives who feel this way but want to communicate that to their husband? How would you navigate that?
So I made it a point, and this is for me. Let me say that, right? Because all this don't fit for everybody, right? Because your situation is different, your relationship is different, your marriage is different, you are different.
Don't qualify.
So I'm just saying.
No, I know we don't have to.
So, but I think you do.
No, you don't, because we say that when we do we're consistent with that. I want you to say, you're speaking to a wife who wants to tell her husband that she doesn't feel cherished. How would you express that? She go about getting it out. That's important. I think I'm saying that because I think it's important for a husband to know.
So I think that the environment matters. Okay. When I shared that, it was after one of those calls on like the coaching calls. So it was after both of us had an open heart and we were both in a place of hearing one another, and it wasn't a place of defense. Mm-hmm. So if the person is already defensive, they're not going to hear anything you got to say anyway. So just wait until the person's heart is open to hearing what you have to say. And that would be what I would tell her. Cause
What about how is she? How would you say that so it doesn't? Okay, so you realize that what you did was you did a dissection between cherished and love, but what most people would hear. So when I write about this in the book. I say I do not feel cherished, but that wasn't exactly what you said. So
yeah,
and you did sit with it, and we did have a conversation. I talk about that in the book, but the separation, because as a man, I could feel like because I'm loving you, you feel that way. Now, if you're speaking, how can the wife convey that? Well, I guess you did it with the words, like break it down, tender care. So how would you, two things, how would you help the husband be open and receptive to that? And the other thing is try not to do to make that happen, because of course you're talking to a being, a gender that they want to do, like they want to fix, but that's not exactly what you were asking of.
So, and this is where I was going with that. When I was saying this is for me, I wasn't implying that I wasn't cherished only by him. I never said that.
Mm-hmm.
I said in all of my relationships, the only main variable in that is me. It's not them. So the people I have dated or who I have been with or who I chose to marry, they're different. The person who is the same is me. So the revelation was actually connected more so to me identifying like, wow, like I don't think I've ever felt cherished. And I think if someone who you love expresses that to you, I think it's critical to understand it's not a criticism of you. It's not it's not dismissive of what you've done, right? It's more of acknowledgement of what is felt. So it doesn't dismiss the love, the thoughtfulness, the intentionality that has always been there. It doesn't dismiss that. It doesn't negate it. It is a moment of acknowledgement that there may be an area that the person feels is untapped.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for sharing that. It's going to be interesting when it gets edited. Two things. We'll close on these two questions. I'm going to give them to you back to back. I would love for you to answer both of them. Okay.
Okay.
From your perspective, what does surrender look like in marriage? And then if you could have, if one husband watches this, what would what would you want him? So the first one is, what does surrender look like in marriage? Because of course, season of surrender on pre-order. I feel so shady though. Anyway, so what does surrender look like in marriage? And then if you had one husband watch this, what advice would you give him, or what would you share with him to help him love his wife well?
So I think surrender in marriage looks like vulnerability. Surrender looks like knowing that you could potentially put your heart on the line, and you may be the only one doing that. But in marriage, your hope is that you won't be, right? And if there are different seasons where one person is leaning in, the other person's leaning back, and oftentimes that's what's happening. Like somebody's leaning in more at a different time than somebody else. There's still a third strand in that. So one of the things one of my mentors, she shared with me, is she said, remember your instruction. She said, it's not a suggestion, it's an instruction. And it says to love your husband as unto the Lord. So wives, love your husbands as unto the Lord. And we often think about that first part, but the second part means that if for some reason things are not aligned, I'm still supposed to honor and respect him the way I honor and respect God. So she was like, if you gotta put God, like imagine God in his place, do that. Because that was an instruction. It was not a recommendation. It was not a suggestion. It said, do it. So that's what I lean into as a wife. And I think if there's a husband watching,
Wait, go back.
yeah,
Because you spoke from the wife's perspective. So let me change the question.
yeah.
What does surrender look like in our marriage? Because you described, like you just said it from the woman's perspective.
I said
this ain't
surrender.
a woman's podcast. The book is about
So
men.
I said surrender
You went
in
to
marriage.
what does surrender look like in our
I
marriage?
said that, and then I went into
what
the wife.
Why
and then I
we
was
didn't
going
say
into
this
what
is
the husband could
got to lean towards.
So
what does surrender look like in our marriage? What does it look like?
I honestly think it's surrender for us to ego.
Okay.
I think it's surrender. I think it's surrender to ego.
Oh, you said that.
I
fast.
think it's
You didn't do the other answer like that.
I think it's surrender to ego.
Well,
I think it's surrender to past experiences. Surrendering to the possibilities of knowing your spouse where they are right now.
All right. That's just do 3 because it seemed like you got 6, 7, 8. People, we got.
This is how he treats me all the time, y'all.
All right, no, because you just lean towards the woman. I'm trying to speak to the men. Okay. If a husband is watching, one husband, just one. Don't say nothing about what the wife's supposed to do in the Bible. I get it. You're biased because you're a woman, but I'm just saying.
That's not me.
No, you just read. You went to the scripture. You said that the other part is what the husband's supposed to do. This is a book for women. You can read this book.
The scripture I read was about husbands.
Women, you can read this book, but men, it's for men. Women, you can read it. I do reach out. I'll reach out. Okay. I think anybody can surrender. I think we all should be in a season. We should find a season of surrender. But for men, we struggle in 4 areas: purpose, masculinity, life, and love. And for the husband that is watching, what would you share with him to help him love his wife?
I would say pay attention to her.
What does that mean? Because that could be surface.
That means
dig a little deeper for me.
That means that there are certain things that are important to her.
Yeah.
That she cares about.
Yeah.
Another woman may not care about.
I got you.
She cares about.
That's good, baby.
So to treat her with care means the things that she cares about, you care about too.
Wow.
So for her to feel cherished, she has to know you care about things that she care about. Because if you don't care about them, you may love her, but like there's gonna be certain places that will feel empty for her. Because you don't care about those things.
Maybe that's sound advice.
So if you don't care about those things, then it's like her choosing to abandon the places that she cares, or the things, or the spots in her heart that she holds dear for whatever reason she has, that they matter to her. That's how she can feel cherished.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to just need you to slide. Try to be silent because you're on the camera. All right. So I'm just joking. I'm just playing. Yeah. So Season of Surrender. It's on pre-sale now. I wrote the chapter on love, and honestly, the safest thing that we can do in our as men in our relationship with our wives is to be open. And ultimately, I do want to apologize to you for the absence of me being where my feet were and allowing you to be available for me in the way, and the confusion. I could tell when I asked you that question, the confusion. If you guys haven't noticed throughout that journey, it was a lot of doing what I do, which is suck it up and you just get it done. But eternally, I was literally screaming for, I don't want to do this at times. Like, I don't want to get up at 4 a.m. Uh, man, like the pain that I experienced on that couch when uh, the ureter had a hole in it. The fear that I felt going into that surgery. Like, I don't think I told anybody. Like, I was so scared. I was so scared to get a kidney transplant, and the fear gripped me. I was so scared. I was so angry at getting fired. I was so angry. I was so angry in that meeting with Miss Johnson. I was so angry in that meeting uh, prior to this to last season, because I felt like it wasn't fair. I felt like I was being punished for having kidney disease. I was angry at something I didn't know because I didn't understand how did I get kidney disease. It started there. It started with the diagnosis in 2019, 2020 with the heart stuff. It was like, how did this happen? I've been healthy up until this point. I've been an athlete. I've been, there had been a lot of anger, and it came out in us. And because it wasn't expressed, the fear, the attack on my ego, the attack on my masculinity, the embarrassment of getting fired for loving on my guys in the way that I did, the embarrassment of lying to my administration when I didn't have to. I should have just told the truth. And then you having to face your kids when you're telling them to tell the truth regardless. Like, all that stuff, all that had built up. And then when she said that very thing, the one person that had been through me with it. And so here's the mindset of why I said I came to the place. Here's what I was confronted with. The one person who had been there through everything without question, basically, to me, this is my interpretation, basically said, you're literally spitting in my face for me being here with you through all this. And I don't feel like you're appreciative of me being in your life. And I think that's how women could feel when it comes to their husbands, is about, we just go and we just do, we don't share. And one thing you have asked me, and I'll use this word, safe place. My wife has begged me, she's pleaded with me for me to create safe places for her to be her true emotional self, her true empathetic, her true the sympathizer that she is for plights and feelings and people's heartaches. And I didn't create safe places for those because I hadn't had a safe place. The funny thing about creating safe places, if you don't have one, you tend to be like me, right? I didn't have a safe place to to get out of my own masculinity of what I thought it was to be a man, which is to shut up and you just deal with it. But all along, man, I wish I had somebody during that process to say, man, do you know how difficult it is to get up at 4:30, get blood pulled out of your body, which is an unnatural process, is one of the most unnatural things in the healthcare system that we have, to go back in the machine, to get processed, to be put back in your body. And now you got to show up because, in all honesty, your players don't care. Your athletic director don't care. The president don't care. What they care about is the bottom line. Is there somebody there to represent for the organization? And I couldn't express that. I felt like I couldn't express it. I felt like the moment that I showed weakness, the moment that I said I need 2 days off because my body is so drained, will be the day to be like, oh, you can't do this, so you got to go. And so you create this wall, right? You create this wall, you create this room in this wall, in this little space that you have where you scream out for a minute. And when somebody says, hey, I hear a noise on the other side, are you okay? You shut up. And you walk out from behind that wall and you just put your head down and go to work. And that's the worst thing we could do as men. It's the worst thing we do. And so that's what the love chapter is, because then you have to show up for people in a way that they need to be shown up for. And you can't because you're so consumed with everything that's burning on the inside of you. And so what I talk about in this book of love is freedom. Love is a freedom to be able to tell my wife to come home on Thursday night, because I was working a part-time job, and tell her that I can't do it no more. That I can't, because Izzy is like, where's James? I can't show up for my wife. I'm coming in, everybody's asleep. And I'm trying to work 2 part-time jobs. I'm trying to do the whole work thing to provide for your family, but I'm not helping. I'm not helping in the way that I am. So hopefully my wife can see in me someone who is able to share with her those moments where I don't feel like a superhero. But she knows that I'll do anything for her, for us, for this house. But there are times where I don't have it. I don't want to get up. I don't want to go to work. I just want to coach basketball. But that's not where I am right now in life. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not where God has me. God has me in this place where he's asking, I'm going to present moments to you. You're going to have moments to where you're going to have to give them to me. You're going to have to let go of ego, pride, control. And so go ahead.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If now that I know the exact date.
Yeah.
So I didn't. If October 8th did not happen.
Yeah.
And
I would have still been lying.
Do you feel that parts of the tension we experienced would have been different?
No.
Because you would still be coaching?
No, because I wouldn't have mastered. No, I'm still coaching now. I'm just volunteering. I'm not getting paid. I would have been lying to you still like I was doing then. I was lying to everybody. Everybody from the moment I got diagnosed to my players, to all my players, to Voorhees University, to my wife, to my son, to my daughter, to my mom, to my family. I was lying to you. I wasn't okay. I wasn't okay. I don't think anybody in my situation should have been okay. You go from being perfectly, like being healthy, to having an organ taken out of your body, to getting fired, to your identity being taken away, all because you think you own these things and you don't. They're just titles.
And I'm going to add titles. These things.
Yeah.
So for, things that definitely matter to you.
Yeah.
Communication.
Yeah.
Hard work.
Mm-hmm.
Organization. Integrity. Yeah. Commitment.
Excitement.
And sacrifice. I don't think you showing up doing those things shouldn't require you hiding your being.
That's what this book is.
You can completely still be committed.
Yeah.
Still sacrifice. Still choose integrity. Still do all those things. And also be human. So it's not an either or.
Yes, ma'am.
You can definitely do those as a man.
Saying that.
And I love you.
Yeah.
I love you not for what you do, but for who you are, who you be, as my mentor says.
Yeah.
And oftentimes there's a misalignment there.
Yeah.
If your being isn't showing up.
No, because I gotta love me in the place of not doing. I have to love me. Just like you said that, I gotta say that to myself.
Yeah.
And I just think through the course of all that, there was parts of me that didn't love the fact that I felt weak. There's parts of me that didn't feel the fact that I'm in the room with all these coaches on a recruiting, and I got a bag sticking out of my leg. You know what I'm saying? Because I gotta wear pants because you know what I'm saying. Or the times that I peed on, the bag burst, and I got pee on myself. You know what I'm saying? Like ego is a crazy thing for men. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why masculinity was a part of the surrender piece, and that most definitely love. So if you don't love yourself, man, you really can't get to the place where you can make a safe space for your wife. Well, listen, we appreciate you listening to us. This is the longest video we've ever done, but I think it was probably one of the more important ones. Hopefully you got something from it. We love you. We care about you. And if you're a married couple and you don't have mentorship or couples to get with, man, we can guide you in that direction. Sean and Lynette Reed have an amazing community that they speak to every 2 weeks with multiple couples across the country. If you're a basketball coach, Nation of Coaches has a wonderful couple connection program to help you and your spouse. Man, we just know so many married couples who are on fire and awesome. Shout out to all of you guys, man. We love you. And you want to close with anything?
No, just I love you.
All right. You love me or the people? Me and the people? I love you too.
I love the people, but I said I love you.
Okay, I just make sure I'm looking at you.
No, I said I love you.
I'm
just saying.
Bully. I'm out the hospital. I'm okay. I can call you. All right, peace out.